Hello everyone and welcome to my second vlog from my trip. We ended our previous video at the end of the day in Venice, and after that we went to the bus and came to Florence in 2 a.m. You could tell that we are not really satisfied. I wanted to explore Florence. It is my favorite city in this part of the world. I feel at home there. I wanted to go to Medici Palace. I wanted to go to a number of places, and we came to a.m. Florence is the capital city of Italian region Tuscany. It is the most populous city in Tuscany, and it was the center of medieval European trade and finance and one of the wealthiest cities of that era. It is considered the birthplace of the Renaissance and has been called the Athens of the Middle Ages. Florence, I hope you can see that, still look like a Renaissance city. It is beautiful, it has statues wherever you turn your head, so it was really a shame that we didn't go to Florence during the day.
Različite varijacije, tako su, inače ovako turisti kad su dolazili da se
Milovali smo svi.
vidi kako su. Oteli ste malo.
After that, we went back to the bus, and around 8 a.m. or 9 a.m. we came to Rome. Rome is of course the capital of Italy, and its history spans 28 centuries. While Roman mythology dates the founding of Rome around 753 BC, the site has been inhabited for much longer, making it one of the oldest continuously occupied sites in Europe. We could choose if we want to see ancient Rome or Vatican. The three of us have chosen Vatican, so yes, we didn't have time to see Colosseum, but I don't know for my two friends, but I am not sorry because I've seen Vatican Museum and Sistine Chapel. The Vatican Museums are Christian and art museums located within the city boundaries of Vatican City. They display works from the immense collection amassed by popes throughout the centuries, including some of the most renowned classical sculptures and most important masterpiece of Renaissance art in the world. The museums contain roughly 70,000 works, of which 2,000 are on display. I'm not sure for the exact number, but Vatican Museum has over 80 different museums in it, and because we would need much time for that, we explored only main Vatican Museum together with Sistine Chapel. We weren't allowed to film the Sistine Chapel. The Sistine Chapel is a chapel in the Apostolic Palace, the official residence of the Pope in Vatican City. Today it is the site of the Papal Conclave, the process by which a new Pope is selected. The fame of the Sistine Chapel lies mainly in the frescoes that decorate the interior, and most particularly in the Sistine Chapel ceiling and the Last Judgment by Michelangelo. The part of this tour was the St. Peter's Basilica, but that day was birthday of Rome, and an hour before us Pope was there, so it was still closed. So we went in front of the Basilica to St. Peter's Square. It is a large plaza located directly in St. Peter's Basilica in Vatican City. Both the square and the basilica are named after St. Peter, and Apostle of Jesus, and the first Catholic Pope. At the center of the square is an ancient Egyptian obelisk. Gian Lorenzo Bernini designed the square almost 100 years later, including the massive Tuscan colonnades, 4 columns deep, which which embrace visitors in the maternal arms of Mother Church. We also went to eat some spaghetti, but neither of us filmed that because waiters were kind enough to charge our phones. I've sent some postcards.
Nekako pogledamo.
We went to a tour which is called Angels and Demons Tour because we are touring places that were crime scenes in a book, Angels and Demons, by Dan Brown. We don't really care about Dan Brown, but this was an amazing opportunity to see more of Rome. We were basically running because we were out of time, so we didn't really film a lot, and we also haven't talked at all in this video, but we had a great time.
Neću da nam kažu u koliko mi sati treba da budemo na brodu. Krije od nas informacija. Ona nas progoni. Oduzima nam pravo da se kupamo.